welcome to Nina's Knots Crochet. I'm Lynanne. If you're new here, hey, thanks for stopping by, checking out my channel. My channel, it's all about crochet, a little bit about knitting, a lot about yarn, and my journey in this fabulous yarning community. Returning subscribers, thanks so much for coming and spending a little bit of your time with me. I really do appreciate it. If you could hit the thumbs up button, leave me a comment, maybe hit the subscribe button. I would really appreciate that. And I appreciate each and every one of you for spending a little bit of your time with me. I know there are a lot of options out there, and to think that there are so many of you that come back day after day, it really just, it makes me happy. So today is the last Friday of May, which means it's the last Friday of Lupus Awareness Month, and I forgot to wear my sweater, but I am wearing my purple band. So just keep in mind, not every disease or handicap or issue a person is dealing with is on the surface. You never know what's going on inside somebody, and for you to judge a book by its cover is unfair to them and unfair to you. So please, whatever you do, be kind to everyone, because you just don't know what they're going through. Let's start with what I'm wearing. I am wearing today my Run Again tank top. However, if you can see me, if I can move the camera back without causing too much of an earthquake here. I unbuttoned the top button, put on a tank top underneath it, and I'm wearing it more like a vest than an actual top. And I love this style. I love this tank top. It was super easy to make, fun to make. I'm really seriously considering making one in a different color with some really funky buttons, just to, you know, be bright and cheery. This is a pattern by Cactus and Lace Designs. I will link it below. It's part of the Tanks and Tees 2023 make along that Jackie at Crochet HD and I are co-hosting, I would say. I've had a lot of submissions, people sending in their pictures. Let's talk about that real quick. One of the ways to enter the contest is through my private Facebook page. I have two Facebook pages. One's the regular Nina's Knots Crochet page. One is the private Facebook page, and that's the only place I'm accepting the Facebook submissions. There has been several people recently who did not answer the 3 questions and were not allowed to enter. Now, that's not saying you can't redo it. Please do. The whole point of answering the 3 questions is that we're going to keep the scammers and the trolls away from this giveaway. So, and there are 3 giveaways. So if you have recently submitted to the private Facebook page, which is linked below, and were not admitted, resubmit. It was probably because you didn't answer the questions. And the questions are really simple. There's 3 of them, and off the top of my head, I can only remember 2. Do you crochet or knit? And do you abide by the rules? And I can't remember what the 3rd one is, but it was no big deal question. I'm not asking you for personal information. I just need you to understand that the whole point of the private Facebook group is to keep the trolls away. So, but the submissions that I have received through Instagram, through Facebook, and through my email, you can always email your pictures if you're not on social media, are amazing. I have been, some of the submissions are like stunning, and it's making my to-do list grow and grow and grow. So you have until the end of June. There's no hurry. You've got another, 4.5 weeks before you have to have something done. Get out of your comfort zone. Do something really cool. This has been a really fun experience. So keep going at it. I'm loving seeing what you're all making, and it's just been a lot of fun. so that's that. What else we got? Oh, I did it. I finished the shawl. Now, I posted on Facebook yesterday and on Instagram that I needed to come up with a different name for this because calling it a Frankenshaw is just not, going to cut it anymore. I also, I was trying to come up with something artsy and, I'm not artsy and floofy, and I wasn't going to come up with like this, the French word for graduate or something. We'll go with something really simple. And I'm going to name it the Sydney Lyn Shawl. Naming it after my granddaughter who is graduating from high school on June 4th. And that was the whole point of me making this, is I wanted something to take with me to graduation. So, ta-da! The Sydney Lyn Shawl is complete. And I absolutely love how this turned out. It is beautiful and drapey and lightweight but substantial. I originally called it the Frankenshaw because I took parts and pieces of different shawls and stuck them all together in one. I did use the Big Twist Vista, which I love this yarn so much. It's soft and squishy and springy. This is what's left of a second cake, because after the first cake, it just wasn't long enough. I needed it to come down my back a little bit further. I probably could have gone and finished this, but then it would have been almost blanket size. And I really needed to be done with it too, because working with a number, this is a number one fingering weight yarn. Each skein, cake, whatever, has 705 yards, 645 meters. It is recommending a 2.75 hook. No, thank you. Machine washable, low iron, do not bleach, do not tumble dry, lie flat to dry. This color is called Tide Pool, and it's tan and gray and peach, and it's the gray has a hint of blue to it. It's just beautiful. So the shawl itself, I started with a crescent shawl, starting at the short end and just increasing every other row on one side until it was wide enough in the middle, and then decreasing to the end. And then I turned it on its side, on the side that was where the increases are, and I did like 10 rows of the fisherman's nut. And then I did some like almost virus shawl bands, kind of, where you loop and then you put in double crochet, and then on top of that put another row of double crochet, and then the last one I did front post half double crochets just to give that little texture. And I did 3 rows of that, and then I did some more of the chain 3 mesh here, and then I did a couple rows of cluster stitches, and then I did 3 more rows of, and these triangle looking ones are the fans where you do single crochet, double crochet, no, single crochet, half double crochet, triple crochet, and then back down to the single crochet. Then I did mesh of 5 chains instead of 3 to make them a little bit bigger and loosey, and then finished it off on the edge with single crochets in the loop, and then in each single crochet section I did like a 3 chain picot just to give it a little bit of visual. So that is the Sydney Lyn. It's from tip to tip, it's 63 inches long, and I did not measure at the widest part from this end to this end, and I can get that measurement and I'll pop it in for you. It is just exactly what you need on a chilly evening or while you're sitting outside at a restaurant. It's long enough that it comes down over your arms, but you don't have to be constantly yanking on it because it's going to stay on. You can talk, you can eat your meal, and it's driving me crazy. Okay, look, and it's just long enough that it covers your shoulders and your upper back, and you could, I talk with my hands, they're always going, but it's the perfect weight when you just need that little something to throw over a sundress or a tank top when you're outside and it's starting to get chilly. So this is the Sydney Lyn, and I'm so excited that it's done. Somebody put on my Facebook page when I posted pictures of it yesterday that I am now considered a designer. Psh, I don't think so, but maybe. I don't know. I enjoyed this process a lot, and I'm already have an idea for my next one, what I'm going to design as far as a rectangle. I'm going to do a totally rectangle this time, and I've got a really, really good idea for it. So the other thing that I have that I'm working on that I've talked to you guys about is the Cabot Trail cardigan that I'm turning into a pullover, and I'm making excellent progress on that. I have the sleeves I'm like halfway through the sleeves, and I am absolutely loving how this is turning out. I am using the Peyton's Linen by Yarnspirations. This is a number 3 light. It is 65 cotton, 35 linen, 275 yards per skein. It's a number 3, says number 4 hook, hand wash, lay flat. The color is called Sky, and it's this beautiful blue gray. I love this yarn too, and I picked that up at Joann's, and I think I need to go back and get some more because I love how this is turning out. I love the feel of this. I think in this linen, the stitches seem to be more open and lacy than it did in the purple for the wool that I used, the merino microfiber blend wool. That seemed to close it up a little bit. This linen just opens it up so nicely, and it's making a beautiful fabric. It's going to be a beautiful sweater that I'm going to be so excited to wear. I'm hoping I will have this done by Monday before we leave because I don't want this hanging over my head while we're traveling. We are leaving Monday morning. So the video that I will put out Monday, I'll probably film on Sunday afternoon sometime. And in that video, I'll show you the projects that have made the cut to go to vacation with me. I know for sure my daughter's Ruana will be making that trip because I'm almost finished with it. It's probably just going to take me another day, or maybe I think I have about one more day worth of crochet on it and then sewing it together. But her birthday isn't until the end of June, and we're staying after graduation for 4 or 5 days. So I'll have time to finish it before we leave to come home. We're leaving here Monday morning, and we take the long way. We go through the panhandle of Florida and up through Alabama, Tennessee, Kentucky, and Indiana. We kind of avoid the mountains as much as possible with the motorhome towing the car behind it. It's less stress that way. We will be staying at the Indiana Dunes State Park / National Lakeshore. The Indiana Dunes, I would say in the last 2 years, has been designated part of the National Park Service, but parts of the dunes are still a state park. It's very confusing. It's all combined into one thing. So it's a national park and a state park. The campground's in the state park, but the dunes and the lake are part of the National Park Service. So I'm hoping that I can show you some videos of our campsite and take you down to the beach where I used to hang out as a kid, as a teenager. Um, Show you, hopefully we'll get a beautiful sunset one of the days, because the sunset off of Lake Michigan, when it goes down behind the skyline of Chicago, is spectacular. Um, the lake itself is beautiful. The lake shore itself is beautiful. Maybe I'll take you for a tour around my hometown, show you where I grew up, where my husband grew up, past the old high school. You know, how many times, you know, when you go home and you haven't been home in a while, don't you do those things where you drive past your favorite places? Like, one of the things we can't wait to do is go to a restaurant called George's that has the best chili dogs. And so you do all those things that are home and comforting when you do a trip to your hometown. So I'm really looking forward to this trip. And I'll throw in some videos here, and there won't be any, I'm pretty sure there won't be any crochet content next week, because like I said, we'll be traveling Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. We get into the state park on Thursday. Graduation is on Sunday. So there's going to be visiting, and, you know, we've got so many things going on that my crochet time is going to be probably limited pretty well. So, but I'll show you, I'll do some vacation videos, you know, like the old slideshows from the 70s. You might not, you know, you might get sick of it, but I think it'll be interesting. Like I said, we are staying in a really beautiful part of Indiana. I mean, Indiana itself is cool if you like flatland, but the dunes itself and the National Lake Shore and Lake Michigan is really something to see. If you haven't ever been, you need to put it on your bucket list because it's beautiful. So, but with that, I'm going to let you guys go. It is Memorial Day weekend. Everybody, I hope you have a long weekend, a long, peaceful weekend, and that you celebrate responsibly. Come back to us, because we all love you and need you in our lives. Make sure you take some time out for self-care. Make sure you take some time to get some crafting in. It's important. But above all, be kind to everyone. We'll see you on Monday. Have a good day.